hard to believe we're already in week 7 of Friday Night Football, but this is when conference title races really start to heat up. In the Nick 10, Boylan and Hononegah both carry one loss into our Game of the Week.
Friday Night Football's Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Feldco, Rockford's home renewal experts.
A defensive clash through the entire first quarter of this one, tied at 0 going into the second. When Boylan got some momentum, Dominic Cacciatore lets it rip to Joe McNamara. He reels it in to set the Titans up for the potential first score of the game. Red zone opportunity now. They try for the end zone, but it's going to be picked off by Brian Little. He takes a knee and we remain scoreless. The Indians couldn't get anything going and were forced to punt it back to Boylan. But look at this picture-perfect coverage from Braden Lane. Those type of plays will lead to a win in a defensive ball game. And it led to Boylan punting it right back. Then Hano finally broke through with their run game. Kurt Smith runs it in from 18 yards out, 7-0 Hano. They go into the half with that same score. Hano's defense holds strong yet again. Ball back with the offense. QB Dominic Kelly extending this play, points to his guy, and this grab is out of this world. Camden Rodriguez gets the foot down. Hano putting the pressure on. However, they did get held up after that play. Zachary Pinkston goes out to kick. He knocks it in to make it a 10-0 ball game, and Hano survives a battle with the Titans, winning 17-7. Moving over to a 3-3 matchup between Freeport and Guilford, both needing a win in their playoff push. And starting off the second half, 22-0, Guilford Vikings up. They really utilized their speed and ability to push through the Pretzels defense. Vikings showing off just how quick they move, gaining the yards and some good yardage and off to a good start. Just a few plays later, the Vikings score a quick touchdown. They were just seeing those holes and going for the offensive gains. That kick is as clean as it can get right there. Freeport gets on offense in the third quarter now. Pretzels on the kick return, but they just can't find that clearing running towards the end of the third. Freeport's defense put in the work. Final score 36-0. Guilford Vikings win. In Rockford, the Harlem Huskies, another one-loss team playing Rockford East. Second quarter, Twain Phillips going deep, throws it up, but ball is going to be dropped by Jordan McClellan. The officials do rule it a catch. Huskies coach wishing he could throw a challenge flag on the play. Fast forward to the E-Rabs on the goal line. Fourth down, ball is dropped by Phillips, picked up by the defensive lineman Jace Runblade. They take the lead into half, 21-7. Third quarter, Huskies ball, and who else but running back Jamani Muhammad taking it all the way to the house for a 69-yard touchdown run. Harlem with a 27-7 lead. Next play, Zaire Lee answers back with a run of his own, looking to beat the last Husky to the end zone, but gets taken down. It's a 62-yard run, though. E-Rabs within striking distance from that play as he just gets pulled down. Third and goal, Twain Phillips takes the snap, and they fumble it. Huskies recover, and who else but Jay Runblade. Harlem wins this matchup 33-13. And to wrap up the Nick 10, one team will grab their first win of the season with Belvedere visiting the Jefferson Jayhawks. Bucks down by 14 in the fourth. Devon Embray trying to start a late drive, but Jefferson's Miles Lockett picks him off, almost gets past the goal line, but it stopped just short. The Jayhawks offense gets it done, though. QB Sebastian Bracious takes it to the air, finding Blake Adrian just over the goal line, and it gets Jefferson up by 20. Belvedere not done yet. Embry can throw it long, and he does find his man Antonio Villarreal for the Bucks' first score of the night. The onside kick doesn't go Belvedere's way, and Coach Cody Kazaza telling his team it's not over until the clock says 0. Jefferson does seal the deal with this one. Bracious hands it off to LaShawn Gaithright to take it out of reach. Jayhawks get their first win in 2 years, winning this one 28-13. And after the break, the Byron Tigers look to keep up their winning ways after a trip to Winnebago. Find out if their dominance continued when Friday Night Football returns.
You're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 13.
In the Big Northern, it's been another stellar year for the Byron Tigers, outscoring opponents 318-41, and looking to see more of the same against 1-4 Winnebago. And Bago at home looking for a big upset tonight, but a quick 3-and-out gives Byron the ball, and the Tigers pounce. QB Andrew Talbert fakes out the Indians defense, and our cameraman handing it off to Braden Knoll for the 6-pointer. Byron leads 8-0 after a 2-point conversion. Bago trying to drive in the first. QB Caden Langhoff fakes the handoff, looks downfield, but decides to use his legs for the first down. The drive would stall there. Byron looking for more. Talbert hands off to Caden Magoo for another Tiger touchdown. Byron takes a 14-0 lead, but they want more. In the second, after nearly returning a Bago punt into the end zone, the Tigers get it done quick. Tolbert pitches it out to Knoll again for his second touchdown of the day. Byron takes care of business 64-0 with the win over Winnebago. Here's another undefeated Big Northern team, the Dixon Dukes, playing undefeated Johnston City in an out-of-conference battle. No score in this one until late into the second quarter. Dixon from the 3-yard line. Colin Shaner with the short pass to Eli Davidson. They're up 6-0 at the half. Early in the third now, Dixon hands off to Landon Knigge. He shakes off tackle after tackle, running a full 54 yards all the way down the field before finally being knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. But the next play, the Dukes hand it off to Logan Mershon to punch it in the touchdown. 2-point conversion is good to put Dukes up 14-0, and they'd go on to win it 40-14, a big win there. Genoa Kingston Cogs hosting the Stillman Valley Cardinals. Early in this one, Cardinals hand the ball off. Running back Brock Needs keeps chugging but taken down. It's going to be a first down Cardinals though. Stillman Valley deep in Cogs territory. Henry Hildreth punches it in. Cardinals up 7-0 on their first drive. And GK looking to pound the rock, but finding nothing in the first quarter. First play in the second. Cogs looking to switch it up a little bit out of the shotgun. Nathan Kleba hits tight end Hayden Hodgson for the first down. QB Nathan Kleba, he's going to pass again on third down. He hits Peyton Meyer, but he stops short of the marker. Genoa Kingston struggling to find offense in this one as the Cardinals win in overtime 22-20. And Dupec trying to bounce back after last week's loss to Lena Winslow, taking on Fulton tonight. Rivermen up by 13, looking for more. Dupec QB Cooper Hoffman looks up for Jackson Diedrich in the end zone, but it's picked off by Braden Myers, and suddenly we have a ball game. 2 plays later, it's Myers looking long now, and he has his man Jacob Husenga in stride, and he takes it all the way for the touchdown. Now it's a one-score game, 20-14, as he crosses the goal line there. Dupec, though, they fight until it's done and needing a big win after last week. With time running down in the second quarter, Hoffman finds Diedrich, and he takes off, going the distance to bring the Rivermen back up by 2 scores going into the half. The Rivermen get the win 62-36. And coming up on Friday Night Football, the Lena Winslow Panthers look to stay atop of the NUIC after their game against the Eastland Pearl City Co-op team. We'll have all the highlights for you after the break. We just saw the second place team in the NUIC pick up a big win. Let's see how the first place Lena Winslow Panthers did against Eastland Pearl City. Lena Winslow at EPC tonight, and look at that walk-off, starting off with quite the entrance from the Cougars or the Wildcats, and even in an even larger entrance with what looks like an 80-yard touchdown. Senior Adam Allender just taking that kick and returning it. Unfortunately, the Cougar 2-point conversion wasn't good. Both teams were really showing off their speed and strength at today's game. Not too shortly after, for another touchdown for EPC, the Panthers did start to gain their momentum, really starting to show that fire and slowly gaining some yards like typical Lena fashion. The final score, 35-18, Lena Winslow, showing the Cougars who the big cat is tonight. And 2 one-loss teams in 8-man. Milledgeville taking on South Beloit. Missiles with the ball early on. Jet touch pass goes to Spencer Nye. He spins his way into a first down for Milledgeville. A nice, tough 8-man football carry there. That set up this play-action shot. Kyson Francis gears back and rips it to a wide-open Evan Shank, and the Missiles go up by a touchdown. The rest of the game pretty much looked just like that as Milledgeville goes on to win it 42-0. Let's turn to flag football before we wrap up tonight. The regional championship game between Guilford and Harlem. It took about 10 minutes for the first score. Guilford's Aisha Smith can sling it, but she can also take off running all the way to the crib to put the G-Vikes up by 6. Then they started to cook. Next possession, Smith gonna look to pass. She's gonna swing out to the flat, finding Maya Page. She's been doing this thing for a while. Hard to catch her. 2-score game now. And Guilford's star-studded team goes on to win 26-0, claiming the first ever regional flag title in our area's history. Super Sectionals is up next. And for our play of the week, a major catch from Hano's Camden Rodriguez to set up a Hano field goal in their tight game tonight. And just look at this grab. And I know what you might be thinking there. That foot looks pretty close, but the play did stand, and still just crazy from Rodriguez to swing that foot down. A great play from our game of the week and a great game between Hano and Boylan. Another fantastic week of Friday Night Football, Week 7. Tomorrow, make sure you tune in. I'll have some coverage of Bowling Green at Northern Illinois, at Bowling Green. Then the Ice Hogs season opener at home. Thank you for joining us tonight on 13 WREX for Friday Night Football.